I live in the city of Delhi. To zoom in, I live in the southeast corner neighboring the river Yamuna. The settlements are compact and generate a great deal of the urban heat island effect. The river Yamuna invited many migratory birds during winter seasons and poses a sanctuary for them. But as the population started growing and apartment buildings started constructing to reside the population, the number of migratory birds gradually decreased. So my neighborhood is a concrete jungle. To give its socio-economic background, it is primarily a compact neighborhood with not a high placement in either social or economic hierarchy. I mean this to back the argument of Strohbach et al., where they mention people live in urban districts with high socio-economic status experience the highest species richness around their homes, whereas lower social status increase the chance of living in species poor neighborhoods. This is important to understand since people who are working hard to make a livelihood would not care about the environment. Their primary concern is to feed their families. But even the families with a strong socio-economic background lack the knowledge about the conservation and preservation of ecosystem, and they couldn't care less. Urban areas are considered as biodiversity deserts, but that's not entirely true. There is an urban biodiversity. While also talking about it, there is no such thing as quote unquote urban biodiversity, because biodiversity is just biodiversity. As Blaustein mentioned in their article, and regardless, the fauna in the urban areas find their place and ways. The open area acts as an ecosystem, and a family of greater cuckoo live in the tall grass. Some may find them loud, but I like their sound. The area has some kikar trees that have multiple nests on them. Once we tracked a crow's nest and we got to see beautiful baby crows with pink mouths that grew up to become magnificent birds. A few years ago, we started composting. We already had a green roof, but it was mostly non-food producing plants. But the composting really changed the entire landscape. Now maynas, crows, pigeons obviously, but sparrows come to our roof and can be heard constantly. Sparrows were almost gone from the neighborhood. Squirrels came in squeaking. The sound completely changed. And now a couple of maynas, crows and squirrels are almost friendly with us. They come and dig through the kitchen waste for food. To make nature experience possible for all residents and to avoid the minimized environmental injustice, more efforts should be made in urban planning to enhance biodiversity, especially in economically poorer areas. These areas often have little and low quality green spaces, and most inhabitants likely have fewer resources to spend on travel.